Okay, so here we are. This is Professor Romeo Gerong. Sir, what can you say about understanding Philippine culture and arts?
Okay. To have understanding when it comes to culture, an individual or a Filipino even students or a professor or instructor or teacher, we should have a knowledge, a concrete knowledge to what is all about culture. Culture, according to Edward B. Taylor, is a whole complex which is composed of language, customs, tradition, folkways, and other capabilities. But in fact, culture is being made by human being, and it's not quite easy. For the fact that culture is dynamic and culture is change. So, by understanding culture, especially the Philippines is so dynamic. The image of culture, when to speak of the Filipino culture, is different from the ASEAN countries, our neighboring countries, even in Western countries. Why do I say so? It is because culture in the Philippines, it was said to be diversity or diversified. Okay, one instance that I think 300 years ago we are being colonized by the Spaniards. It is not a negative comments that we are colonized, but I think that was the time that we didn't have a strong leadership and a strong government. It so happened that other countries colonized the Philippines, and whatever the things that they taught us when it comes to culture, the way we communicate God through faith or through prayer, I think that was the tremendous way how the Spaniards helped and taught us to become closer to God. During the American period, we've learned so much great things. For example, in governmental, how Filipino governing the country, because American created the Filipinos and created the Philippines to have a very strong governmental leadership towards governing the entire country. Yet, so we have soldiers, we have brilliant leaders to subdue the entire Philippine archipelago. And the Japanese as well. All the Japanese were said to be ruthless. They wanted to eradicate our language, our culture. But I think on my part as a professor, as an instructor, I accepted and realized it that without those events and without those things or events that helps us to open up our mind from that tragic experience, we don't know how to stand today. We have a very strong determinations and strong beliefs that our country is a country today because of what the Japanese implanted to us, for the fact that what they knew is good to kill people or say to change our culture by eradicating what we have in our country is not good. And on our part, and on my part as instructor, I accept it and positively for the fact that I learned, I create an organized conclusion to not to do once again the bad and to look forward. And this is now the Philippines. And yet I am the product of change. I've learned, and allow me to quote the Heraclitus quotation. He once foretold that change is the only permanent thing in this world. Yet Philippines is the product of change. I am the product of that change. Mentally, emotionally, educationally, psychologically, behaviorally, attitudinally, in all aspects of the components of personality. And to sum up, the Philippine culture, how are we going to understand the Philippine culture. And arts, we say arts, it is the product of our minds. It might be stage arts, music arts, dance arts in dancing. Well, that arts originated from the Western countries, and we adopted. And so it happened that, well, I am so proud and I am so old, I am a Filipino, but I am a westernized culture, mental speaking. And I apply it to my Filipino youths. As a teacher, I taught great things, the great history in the past, because the past is the product of what we have today, and what we have today is the children for tomorrow. And yet, I am the product of children for tomorrow. I am doing great things, shaping the Philippines, reorganizing, reconstructing the culture, and that is teaching students the best of my knowledge. Finally, Philippine culture is very dynamic. Why do I say so? Because it is never ending. I am still learning. Every people, Filipino people, every youth is still acquiring. And I am also searching and questing for the truth, because culture is detectable, is never ending. I remember the time when John Dewey, the father of pragmatism, once foretold that learning is a lifelong process. Culture is a lifelong process. Allow me to quote once again Protagoras. Protagoras once foretold that man is the actor of his own culture. As long as man exists, culture exists. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Romeo, for allowing to give your time about the said topic.
You're welcome, sir. My pleasure.